Last week on Thursday, the Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija, presented a 45 trillion shilling budget to Parliament for the financial year 2020-2021. In the Public Finance Management Act of 2015, the power to appropriate and pass the budget was given to Parliament, and Parliament performed its duty and approved the 2020-2021 budget. However, the chairperson of the Budget Committee of Parliament, Amos Lugolobi, earlier today told Parliament that the Minister of Finance presented a budget to the nation that had different figures.
He advised on the inconsistencies and variations in the figures. Secondly, that he corrects the figures to be consistent with the figures approved by Parliament.
Among the figures that Lugolobi said were inconsistent are the money that was allocated to the Uganda Development Bank in the budget approved by Parliament was 103 billion, yet the minister read 1.45 trillion. Payment of private areas in the original budget was allocated at 400 billion, but the minister read 673 billion shillings. Export promotions originally had 38.5 billion shillings, while the minister read 138 billions. The social assistance grant rose from 66 billion to 107 billion shillings. Talent support also rose from 100 billion shillings to 256 billion.
On small-scale enterprises, he talked about 94 billion, and we have 40 billion.
The Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, has now summoned the Finance Minister to come and explain the variations.
So the Minister of Finance is required urgently, in fact tomorrow, to come and explain the variances between the Appropriation Act, Appropriation Bill we passed here, and the figures he read on the day of the budget.
She says the minister risks being taken to the Rules Committee.
We also want to know if the President have sent it to the Appropriation Bill, where did these other figures come from?
Some members of Parliament have called for an apology from the Minister of Finance.
The Minister doesn't have powers to present what we have not approved.
That was a political reading, a budget in politics, but it was not actually a budget. So I think the minister should apologize.
After apology, what would have actually followed is Parliament to censure the minister.
This comes at a time when the government is scrutinizing the budget to see where it can make some cuts and divert the funds to the COVID-19 fight. Juma Kiria, NTV Tonight.